Welcome back to Rainbow Six Extraction. It's AP Experiment. So this is the second part of my little shotty challenge. I decided that I was going in with every operator with a shotgun, a frag grenade, and a revive kit. So I would have to heavily rely on my pistol, my shotgun skills, my map knowledge, and my knowledge of all the objectives. I would really be just pushing myself to the ultimate limit, just absolutely challenging my own personal abilities. If you watched the last video, if you want to go back and watch the last video, you understand why I'm actually moving a lot slower in this one than I did in the first part. If you haven't watched this, go watch that one. Definitely go watch that one and check the playlist if you haven't already checked it. It'll be in the cards at the end of the video. But I got an Apex off the bat. This was a sabotage, I believe a sabotage MIA hunt. I believe was the actual setup for this. A sabotage MIA hunt was the setup for this, if I'm remembering correctly. And they gave me an Apex off the bat, first sub zone. I tried to hit it with the like little capital gas because I thought maybe that could kill it and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Boy, was I wrong. He ate those. Like, I dead shot him in the chest and he ate those. He completely ate them. Alright, so I was like, alright, just throw out the frags because the longer he's alive and angry, the more he spawns. I gotta get him out of there as quick as possible. So I started launching out my grenades, throwing out my frags, doing anything I can, just kind of doing my evasive maneuvers to try to get him out of there. I kill him, I kill the bloaters, I get to the airlock. So then I started up the next one. Apparently, I was wrong at the beginning when I said that this was something else. It was a sabotage biopsy. I believe it was a sabotage biopsy MIA. I skipped over the sabotage just because I knew there was going to be multiple apexes and I just did not feel like dealing with that. Since they started me off with apexes, I did not want to fight that at the beginning. So I said, made the decision to skip it. I was like, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to do the biopsy. I'm going to do the MIA. I really just want to get my character back. I don't really want to deal with that. So, I mean, I probably could have, but again, I'm not very good with shotguns. If I have not said that before, or if you haven't seen the channel before, I'm not very good with shotguns. I'm not very tactical, and with this challenge, I'm out of my element. I'm away from all the things that I've been normally using, all the way from my paralysis grenades. I'm not using my normal weapons. I'm not even using a character I'm very familiar with as far as what he can and can't do. Like, I know Capital obviously from playing Siege and from playing Extraction, but I don't, know the ins and outs. So I ended up finishing the biopsy there. Like, instantly got to the airlock, made like a beeline for it as soon as after I killed that thing. Right here is the MIA section. I realized there's not only a Tormentor, but 3 back-to-back nests. I finally remembered it's revived Arkeens. I'm in the mutation that hates me the most. This is literally my worst mutation. Every time I'm in revived Arkeans, it's an absolute hassle. It's absolutely crazy. It stows me off. It literally is terrible because my aim sometimes, I don't hit the weak spots. And some of the Arkeans have weak spots in the worst of places. The Tormentors, I don't believe they even have a weak spot. Like, you literally have to shoot them till they die. The Smashers, their weak spot is their back. The Rooters, their weak spot's in the back of their head. Right? Everyone else is pretty much a headshot. The Sowers have their weak spot on their stomach. The Apexes have no weak spot. And they are basically bullet sponges. So I'm literally just kind of running around trying to fight everything. I go down right here. So I realize I have to make a decision. I literally have to figure out whether or not I'm literally going to even try to survive this. So I get up, I realize my aim is terrible, forget it, and I make a beeline for the extraction point. I'm a little confused, obviously. I'm not too used to this. I believe I'm running Truth and Consequences. So I am in New Mexico now. I finished all my studies in Alaska, so now I'm doing all of the things I need to do for Alaska, and I've started running the Alaska maps and trying to learn them. So I'm still very much unfamiliar with these maps, with this map in these subzones. So I'm literally kind of running in circles, not knowing really where I'm going, and basically going off of, you know, the sounds in the game and trying to do basically whatever I can to kind of survive. I do end up somehow sneaking towards the MIA. I made the spiker there go crazy. So I realized, you know what, I got 5 health and maybe some extra of the little, I got 5 base health and, you know, whatever the little extra is. And so I just made the instant decision, you know what, it's not worth dying for it. It's not worth having a second MIA character, a second character go MIA. I'm gonna just extract. I'm gonna just get out of here. So here's me running as Alibi. When I replayed it as Alibi, I skipped over the first subzone, so I cut that out of the video. So and this is just me as Alibi, back exactly where I just was as Alibi, second subzone, rather than it being the third subzone. Right as I think I've prepped everything, here comes an Apex from around the corner. I swear these things are like demonic ninjas, because the moment I think I'm safe, they pop up and they're the worst to deal with. So I'm peeking around corners because with the way the game works, that as long as they don't catch sight of me, they can't go off. So luckily for me, they're not just like instant sense of where I am. So I was like, all right, let me just throw a grenade, see if I can just blow him up. The Stratus worked against Tormentors, the Stratus worked against Smashers. It did not work against him. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I got a couple extra grenades. We're gonna try this a second time, because there's no way I'm coming around this corner trying to fight you with a shotgun. And he finally died the second time. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord above, because I do not like dealing with Apexes. Literally, the longer they're angry, the more things that spawn, and they are calling everything. And I do mean everything. Smashers, Tormentors. I think there's even a possibility for an Apex to spawn a second Apex. I'm not sure. I haven't fact-checked it, and I haven't fought enough Apexes to know this, but I'm pretty sure there's an actual chance for them to spawn a second Apex. So that it just, the longer he's angry and awake and aware of me, the worse it can get. I had already prepped and planned out where all the anchor nodes were, so I took those out pretty easily and swiftly. I went with Alibi because Alibi is like the only character with a shotgun with more than 7 bullets in a mag, and Jesus, I didn't realize how important it was to have more than 7 bullets till I tried this challenge. It was absolutely tedious. It was absolutely crazy. Trying to use the shotguns, it's fun. I'm not gonna act like it's not fun. When I'm fighting with them and I'm like really enjoying it, it's fun. But since I am playing on critical and I have Apexes, Tormentors, Rooters, so I have literally the entire Archean Armada trying to come and kill me, it is not the move. It is so not the move. They're powerful and they're useful. They're good, and they probably would be, you know, very effective if I was doing this in a team format. But since I am doing this as solo, it's really not the move. It's really not the move. I have thoroughly been enjoying different guns. I'm probably gonna possibly even try a non-suppressor or a reverse, or what I like to call a reverse loadout challenge. That might actually be my next challenge. So stay tuned for that. But for this one, I was like, all right, this is a hunt. I got Tormentors as the bottom, so I know the elite is going to be one of 2 things. It's either going to be a Protean or it's going to be an Apex. So I'm like, all right, if I get a Protean, I'm extracting immediately. I'm not going to lie. The Proteans in hunt are twice as hard as the Proteans in their actual gateways. So I really was not going to take that battle. Like, I even told myself, if it is a Protean, I'm extracting. Which is why I made a beeline for the extraction point, just so I could already be prepared to leave. But lucky me, I did not get that. I got the Tormentors and the Apex. So I'm over here spinning in circles, trying not to die now. I get gooed, of course, and now everything, and I do mean everything, is attacking me. Because he's angry. This Apex is angry. I do get a lot of good shots. I think I almost actually downed the apex. No, as a matter of fact, no, I was doing almost no damage. So I go down. I'm like, I'm not gonna die here at the extraction point. I decided to extract. I will catch y'all on the next one. It's been AP Experiment.